So the past week or so, I've been with family and friends talking about my schooling and what I have to do to finish out my junior year. And I tell them every time I've got some presentations to give, I've got a few papers I need to write, and I have a few speeches to give. And every family member and friend never asks what my paper's on or what I have to give my presentation on. It's what do I have to give my speech on. And I tell them I have to do it on the economy. And I believe every single one of my family and friends have said, well, can't you just go out there and talk for 30 to 40 minutes repeating yourself how sucky it is? So I don't know how effective that would be for our group to come up here and just repeat ourselves. The economy is bad, the economy sucks, whatnot. I think we all know that. So I'll be recapping on what exactly has been said and the importance it would be on the economy if we follow these guidelines. The recap is going to be on decreasing energy and simply creating new jobs and going green. Talk about the high wind areas, about energy, and then I will be talking about health risks, kind of like what Janan was talking about, and the national security issues that Kyle brought up. And simply what we propose to the President is that the U.S. federal government should regulate how much we import and start thinking of more domestic production to create more jobs. Basically, we're up here to talk about going green and creating more jobs. And so what leads me into what Elena was talking about decreasing energy costs. We found the best way to do it is going through wind energy. The nice thing about that is it's homegrown, it's here in the United States. And here's some statistics from the American Wind Energy Association, which is pretty much the brains of all of wind energy here in the United States. Unlike nearly every other energy source, wind uses no water. And by 2030, U.S. wind will save as much as 30 trillion bottles of water. If you put that in perspective, that's enough to go to Saturn and back. Again, we talked about within the next 20 years how important it is to go with wind energy. We talked about continuing to go with it. Talking about coal also is another big thing on energy. It would take a coal train 6,000 miles long, and that's enough to cross the United States twice to produce as much electricity as U.S. wind turbines generate this year. And talking about oil and the controversy that's been going on, oil also has something to do with energy. It would take 210 million barrels of oil, which is almost 9 billion gallons to generate as much electricity as U.S. wind turbines would generate this year. Talking about how that affects jobs, the AWEA, which is again the American Wind Energy Association, is extremely striding to creating more jobs, such as working with codes with wind energy technicians, wind turbine erectors, wind turbine mechanics, and wind turbine service technicians. So the jobs are there if we continue to go with that. Which leads me into the next thing, and it also explains how green it is and how healthy it is for the environment. Going off of other health issues, going into my next thing on what Janan was talking about, the importance of health risks. I think everyone here knows how important that is nowadays. We talked a little bit about what China is doing with their products with the lead. And going off of what they do is they take our e-waste, which is simply our trashed up cell phones, iPods, laptops, and all that, and we recycle that to China. And in China, it's against the law to buy that and create new stuff. But what they end up doing is, since it's so cheap, they do buy that stuff, and that's what they make their stuff out of. Toys, obviously not food, but mainly their toys and their jewelry. And so that's what causes the lead to be in all the jewelry. So all the jewelry you might be wearing, the food you might be eating today, and even possibly the baby food or dog food that your dogs or nieces, nephews, possibly even sons here might be eating unhealthy food or playing with unhealthy products. Going off of talking about going from the United States is we're going out of business when we are receiving things from China, obviously, because it's cheaper, kind of like what Kyle was explaining. So people are losing jobs there every day because of that. Again, a slide said, according to the CDC, food imports to the United States have almost doubled in the past decade, which is a lot, comparing to what our growth of supermarkets today are extremely high, which will lead into my next topic here with Kyle was talking about health problems and diseases. 1 in 4 children in China have either thin blood or lead poisoning. Continuing to import from China could cause health risks and diseases here in the United States. We talked already about babies dying, animals dying, people getting sick. There's thousands of people getting sick. So it's important that we stay healthy here, and the best way to do that is go from the United States products. And again, going off of the power that countries have over us, when we're importing more than we're exporting, that means we're having to give money to them, so they have the power over us, especially the debt that we have with China already. So it's extremely important that we get back on track so we're still considered one of the top countries now, because we're slowly, gradually going down the list on less power and power. So I'm going to close again with explaining what our thesis statement is. What we propose to our president is that we propose that the U.S. federal government should regulate how much we import and start thinking of more domestic productions to create more jobs. My group and I believe that if we can follow some of these ideas and continue to go with them, that our economy isn't just going to get fixed, but it's going to be put in the right step, and within the process, our economy will be back on top and considered one of the best economies in the world. And our group and I would like to thank you for tuning in this morning on our economic speech, I guess. Thank you.